Yeah, boy, how we doing? No gimmicks today, guys. Straight in. Slim, how you doing, fella? Good to see you, man. Good flavours style today. Doing a flavours style, chilling out, watching the golf from last night. All day, pick up yourself all day. Fucking weather all day, mate. Jesus. I have to shut this back door as well. Fucking flies, man. Has anyone got any good remedies for like getting rid of flies apart from their electrocuting squasher things? Zappers. Slim working hard there already. Big up the Slim. Big up all the gadgets. Who's the gadgets coming in? They haven't been live for a while, guys, have they? You know what I mean, man? Letting us down. Letting us down, man. Can't be doing that. Just a nice chilled one. Nice chilled. Oh, mate. Honestly, right? You just cannot. You can't organise anything, can you? The weather, you know, I look on my phone, I've got this local weather thing. Say that's like today, fair enough, today rain, yeah. But then it's got Monday, it's got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Try to tell you what the weather's going to be like in 5 days' time when they can't even get it right for the day after. Good afternoon, Mr. Phil Green. Good afternoon to you. Gabby. Full of gadgets today, isn't it? Gabby's a gadget. I haven't even got my glasses on today. No gimmicks, no hats, no glasses, no tunes. But I've got a little video for you, like might be a little clue in the thumbnail. You know what I mean? You know where I'm like, man, with golf balls. I'm synonymous with the golf ball now, right? Golf ball, man. I've got me 5.5 stone dog sat on my lap, sat on my feet. She's quite chill today. She's in season at the minute. So it's a little bit messy, but she's just sat there looking at us, which is better than jumping up at like 5.5 stone. Still never tried them, mate. Big up Dennis. Dennis is watching. He's just WhatsApped us. Still can't get in the chat. I'll put the link out if you want. Like, I'll put the link out a minute. Slim or Aldi, anyone who want any mods out there, just share the link whenever you want. It's just a chilled one, you know what I mean? There. You know, you can say that on these lives, though, can't you? What's happening, everyone? Anyway, the weather, though. So it sort of rules everything, doesn't it? Rules everything, to be honest. I can remember I've been off work for, unbelievably 14 weeks, right? It seems like 14 days, to be honest now, but I think coming up to 14 weeks. And I remember the first lives I was doing when I was off, when I was painting that wall. Anyone remember how hot it was when I was painting that wall? Yeah. I'll have a look and see how long ago that was. But that's what I thought was to come. I thought, man, I've got a few months of this. And then that was it, that week. Might have to put glasses on. Phil's been on the edibles, yeah. Well, I had a couple of them vapes, didn't I? A couple of them THC vapes. And it might be why I haven't been on for ages, like, because honestly, I know I've raved about them before, but if they take off, if they make them a little bit stronger, well, saying that, no, not even a bit stronger. But I think they're going to take off. Clint, how you doing, matey? Yeah, if they take off their vapes, there'll be an end to Rizzler papers, mate. Let me tell you, Rizzler, sales of Rizzler will just go down. Look a lot healthier, eh? No, we will have a little chat later on. I'm going to be honest with you, because it's all gadgets in here, right? You know, I'm not talking to hundreds of people. I know everyone in this chat. We'll have a little chat about medication and that. And I'm not going to say depression, because it's not. I don't think it's depression. Like, it's not depression. But yeah, them vapes. I'm going to try not to keep going off track as well today, because I know I procrastinate. It's not good. But yeah, them vapes, don't lie. If I'm sat like this, I haven't had a vape, or I haven't had any sort of THC, weed or anything for a good few weeks now. But if I had a few puffs of one of them vapes, yeah, I don't know how many puffs you get out of them. But if I had a few puffs of them, I'd be absolutely fucked. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be sat here now and I'd just be laughing my head off. And I'd get the dry mouth and all that. But I'm supposing the edibles are the same, but they take a little while, don't they? Don't they take a little while to like kick in? And then they just fuck you, don't they? Yes, yes. Big up the fact notification. They've been getting better lately, fact. I've been watching you, mate. You've been coming out with some beauties. But what are the comment of the day? It might have been from last night, Liam Carty. We all know Liam Carty. Yeah. Like, I've his sense of humor, you know, I just get it. Like, I always have got it. It's not even dry. It's not even a dry sense of humor. It's just like, I don't know. But and if you're listening, and on, there's no disrespect, but comment of the day last night, comment of the day from yesterday, Liam Carty. Anton has the biggest ears on YouTube. Still doesn't listen. You know, that's like some fact and come out with that. We don't want to get this fella going either. There's no stopping Phil Graham when he gets going, let me tell you. I'll tell you what I've been watching this morning. Oh, he's Emily to mix it up. We've got some female company now. So welcome Emily to the chat. Not seen Emily for a while, actually. I haven't been watching that much. Totally honest with you. You probably know, well, you will have noticed. I hope you've noticed that I've been on it. Well, I look back then, it was a week ago since I've done anything. And it's even a rarity these days, like jumping in a chat, to be honest. But I have still been watching a little bit. But caught a little bit last night, but I watched quite a lot of it back today from Banters live last night. Got a bit tasty, like, didn't it? I don't know. I'm sure there was over 100 people in there, so I'm sure quite a few of us in here who watched it. Fair play, like, fair play. No, there's all there's some big hitters on there, like. If you're not wrong, mate, I still love me Big Jet TV, and that's my favourite from Heathrow. What's the other one I've been watching? Ted Coningsby. You know, he's got it boxed off as well. He's got this little teddy. He's got something going on at that RAF Coningsby. Like, he must be in with he's in with the security guards or something. There, like, 100%. I still don't know I still don't know the difference from my 747 Airbus, but it's hundreds of them. There's hundreds of them channels out there with airplanes on. Still don't understand why people want to jump out of an airplane like when it could land. I'll never understand it. Where's the batty anyway, Smithers? Where are you, Smithers? Colin Smithers. Because he's responsible for this first little video that we're going to watch. I won't make you watch all of it because something happened these last few days that's just like it's just amazes me how, like, I know we're all in a sort of a recession, but there's still people out there with a little bit of spare money in the pocket, isn't there? And I've never been one to rip people off. We all like making a few quid, dumb, and especially I'm not working at the minute. So I sort of need every penny I can get. You know what I mean? So if I can make a few quid here and there, I would have, but without ripping anyone off. You know, value for money. So let me show you this. So we all know that I go golf balling. Yeah? We all know that our car's full of golf balls. We've got a big bucket outside with bleach in it that's full of golf balls. But just golf ball matter. It sounds funny, but I have tried to explain to you the money that can be made in it, right? So I'm going to go back to maybe 5 years ago when I was sounds like an addiction, did it? When I was heavily into I was going out every day, right? Every night. Even after a 12-hour shift, I was coming in, picking my dog up, put my wellies on, I was down the golf course, the same golf course as well. And I'd be out there 2 or 3 hours with the dog, preferably on a night, because it's easier on a night with the torches. Yeah. And at one point, I think at one point there was 5,000, probably more, golf balls in the house, and I thought I need to start getting rid of them. So I put them on Gumtree. I just said golf balls. Some bloke contacted me and said, "What does 1,000 golf balls look like?" He wanted 1,000 golf balls. Wanted to know what it looked like, you know, like a pile or anyway. The reason for that was he was doing some sort of promotion and he wanted to fill 2 baskets up golf balls to be in this advertisement for something. And so anyway, I had to count him 1,000 golf balls, send him a picture of like how many, what it looked like in the pile. And he said, "I'll have them. It doesn't matter what make they are, as long as they're clean." So I give him all the cheap ones, you know, as long as they were clean. There wasn't a mark. Came round the next day. Now, granted, the cheapest balls, we're talking like Slazengers and stuff like that, you know, that you get from Sports Direct. I wasn't even going to sell them at first, so any money to me was good. I think he gave me £100, right, for 1,000. They only would have been stuck in the house anyway. So I was chuffed at that, and I got the bug. Anyway, a couple of days later, another bloke contacted me. It was a bit more serious, you know. He wanted to start. He wanted to know. He wanted to know what make I had. Did he have any marks on them at all? What were they in brilliant condition? And he was having me sending photos and everything. And he said, right, work out a price for us, but I'll buy them all off you. So, yeah. Cut a long story short, I think we worked out a price at something like, 20 pence a ball, right? Which is an absolute snip. Absolute snip, let me tell you, right? 20 pence a ball, and I'll show you why it's a snip in a minute. So he came and he took the ball off me, and I had a big wedge of cash. So I was buzzing. And anyway, this went on for about a year. Every ball that I found, this guy, I was giving him them, not to be dog jumping up. I was giving him them. She's like, she's a ton weight, honestly, man. She push a grown man over. You push a grown man over, man. Look at there. Look in the camera. Never mind wagging your tail. You beast. You beast. Anyway, this went on for about a year. So he couldn't get enough of them. Wherever I found. And then I thought to myself, hang on a minute. I'm getting ripped here, right? I play golf myself, so I know how much balls were. But obviously I'd never had to buy any. So I thought, I'm getting ripped here. And anyway, it slowed down a little bit, right? And then sadly, I had to get my dog put down. And as mad as it sounds, from that day when my dog got put down, right, I never looked for another golf ball for about 3 years. Never went near the golf course for about 3 years. And anyway, I've started it again, haven't I? Is the chat still working, by the way? We'll get to that one in a minute. Mate. Good story about that. So, stop it. Anyway, I sort of lost touch. Yes, Steve McGeary, Howlerhead, how you doing, matey? Talking to my mate Howlerhead there with Danny G's live yesterday. Rip Danny. Honestly, I can't say it enough. Danny G's live golf rounds are unbelievable. Man. Fucking hilarious. He's Smithers. I'll get to you in a minute, Smithers. So anyway, I lost touch with this fella. I lost touch with him, right? Now, at the minute, I think I've got about 800 golf balls in the back of my car, right? In 3 different buckets, like, you know, them big plastic containers you get from old bags. What women love them, don't they? Putting all crap. 3 of them are full, right? One of them's got 250 grade A balls, right? The best balls you can get. Pro V ones, 250 of them, right? None of them have got a mark on them. You wouldn't even know that they've been hit. You wouldn't even know that anyone had them out of the box. But they're in a tub. 250 of them. The other 550 are in between 2 of these baskets. One's decent ones, and the other ones are the cheaper ones. Get down now. Oh, she's on the settee. She's not allowed on the settee yet. Get down. Get down now. Get down now. Get down. Stop it. Go get in there now. Sit down. So the other 550 are in 2 boxes. Decent balls, good balls, clean balls, but cheap balls, yeah. So I thought, my plan was to go to the golf, rock up at the golf club, open my boots and start the spiel with the golfers. And I've done it before. Sell them that way, yeah. But then I thought, you know what? I'm going to try this bloke. I found his number on WhatsApp. So, stop it. You go in your cage, you go in your bed. So, I thought, you know what? I'll give this bloke a text. So, just out of the blue, I texted him. He won't have heard of me for 5 years, right? Didn't even know if he had the same number. I texted him, I said, all right, it's so-and-so, I used to sell you the balls. Are you still interested? I'm thinking of start doing them again. Text me straight back, right, within a minute. Yeah. How many have you got? How many have you got? How much do you want for them? Bearing in mind, he's bought thousands of balls off me before, right? So he knows that they're all good. So I worked it all out. Thought, right, this 250 of the Pro V1s that I've got, I was going to let them go for £1 a ball, right? £1 a ball, yeah. Let me show you something. So I thought there's 250 of them, £1 a ball, right? The other ones I was going to sell for 50 pence a ball, right? Which is still good. There was, say, 300 of them. So there's another 150 quid. So that's 400 quid. And then, say, 250 of the 20 pence a ball, 25 pence a ball, which is, what, 75 quid. So all in all, there was nearly enough 500 quid's worth of golf balls, right? So I sent him all the details. I've got 250 of these. Now you're gonna if somebody's like anywhere, if somebody's gonna bulk buy off you, you're gonna get rid of them all in one go. You're gonna give them a bit of discount. So instead of 500 quid, right, what I could get for them, I said 300 quid. You can have them all now, 300 quid. Text me back, right? This is what he texted me back. And he won't be watching this, and I'm not bothered if he is. It's embarrassing, man. Well, he's online now. So I said £300 the lot. That's to you as with like a discount and that. Oh, sorry, mate. 50p per ball, way too high for me, and miles above numbers we previously traded at. Sorry, mate, I can't buy for that price. But I'm not kidding you not, right? So I put no worries. No worries. He put, thanks for the offer, though. Appreciated. So I thought, I had a little sleep in it. And I thought, hang on, let me have a look how much three Pro V golf balls are from the shop now. So I looked on Amazon, right? 3 Titleist Pro V1 golf balls, right? In the box. Can you see that? That's for 3. £17. £17 for 3 golf balls, hey? So I thought, so I sent him a picture of that. And I put, pay £17 for 3 or pay £3 for 3. And his reply was, brand new in the box, question mark, question mark, question mark. Fucking you, man. I thought, fuck me. Am I ripping anyone off there, like, or what? Yes, Nutter, how you doing, matey? I'm not ripping anyone off there, am I? But I've got 200 and so you work that out, 250 divided by 3 times 17. So you know what? If there's anybody out there, if anyone knows anyone, I know there is thing. If anyone knows anyone who can get them boxes, if you can get them boxes right, we'll be millionaires, mate. We'll be millionaires if you can get any of them. Preferably 100 of them, yeah. Even the cheaper ones, right? Even the ones I'm selling for 50p, right? Let's have a look how much these are on that. How much is a dozen Srixon golf balls? Even them, right? So these, I've got about 300 of these, right? Even they're £24 for a dozen. Oh, they're not even new. They're lake balls. They're like what I've got. They're lake balls. That's what they call them, you know, second. I've told you. I've told you, right? Today, I'm going like flavor style, where like I'm not going to sit up and like, so look, I want to find the brand new. How many's in there? So look how much these are. Right, these are £20. I've got hundreds and hundreds of them. I get them all day long, right? Let's have a look at the price of them for a dozen. £20, £20 a dozen. I've got them coming out my ears. I can get you hundreds and hundreds of them all day long. So if you can get them boxes as well, you can get me any of them boxes. Doesn't anyone know any like tips? Yes, Mum of Milo, how are you doing, matey? It's a good time for Mum of Milo to come in because Mum of Milo, Ginge, I did offer Ginge a while ago the chance to come golf balling with me. Yeah, I thought he doesn't. He owns a pair of wellies, doesn't he? He's not scared of a bit of mud. I thought he won't be scared of the dark. You know what I mean? But he's a bit of company as well. I like to get to know Ginge. So I did say to him, Ginge, do you want to come into business with us? Like, I'll take you out on the course on the night, show you what it's all about, and we'll make a bit of money for now. Money for now. And we never got round to sorting it out. So, Mum of Milo, if you see, here he is here. I was going to say, Ginge, did I not offer you that last year, Ginge? Nutter, Nutter could do it as well, but you know what I mean? Nutter, would you walk around the golf course with us at night? I know you're not a nighttime person, no, Nutter. You like, but I've got one course in mind, right? Ingleby Barwick, Ginge, Ingleby Barwick, right? We've got a 9-hole course, and the River Tees runs right round it, right round the whole course, right? I think there's definitely one pond there. I think there might be two. Mate, me and Louise went round there one night a couple of years ago. Well, it'll have been 5 years ago anyway. No lie, I think we found about 300 in about an hour. So with two grown ass men, all kitted up with the torches and that. I know for a fact, I know for a fact, we can find 500 balls and there'll be a few quid in it for you, Ginge. Don't all be fighting at once. Sean Wayne, get up there, Bush. I've just been watching a bit of that. I've just been watching a bit of that. I don't know. I'm sort of changing my mind now. I was giving Video Craig a little bit of a pass. But, when people spell it out to you, when people put it in a different light about Video Craig, you sort of think, nah. Here she is. He's the boss. What's she saying? She's just sick of the sight of golf balls, right? No word of a lie. I've been trying to get Louise, right? I've been trying to get Louise to come out with me on a night for months and months and months, right? Months and months. I've still been going out through the day, but I know for a fact it's a lot easier on a night. It's so easy with these torches, right? I find like 5 times the amount that you would on a day. So anyway, last night, because the dog's in season as well, we can't take she can't mingle with the dogs, yeah. So I thought, why don't we just take the dog over the golf course on a night where we know for a fact there's no other dogs. So she's safe, she's getting a run out, and we can look for golf balls like everyone's a winner type of thing. You know what I mean? So I talked her into it last night. Dragged the whole family over the golf course last night. What time did we get in? I think we got in about 10 o'clock. Funny as like, I only found 30 odd golf balls though, but it, we went out at, I think we went out at 8:30, and it's only just, it's like dusk, isn't it? And these torches, it's got to be pitch black. Pitch black. You're laughing, right? Dusk. They're useless. So as soon as it got dark, ideal conditions, these three were ready to go home, and I was just getting into it. So yeah, that's right there on that one. Yeah. So yeah, last night I did drag them out last night, but it wasn't the success that I thought it would be. But what I want to do is Ginge or Nutter or anyone else in the northeast. There's a few northeasters who've got a bit of time on their hands. I'll pick them up. You need a pair of wellies. You need not to be scared of the dark, and you need to be able to carry your bag of golf balls. There'll be a few quid in it for you. We'll go to Ingleby Barwick, and we'll basically just rape it. We'll rape Ingleby Barwick golf course, right? And I reckon, I'll say this now, with 2 grown-ass men with torches, maybe 3 hours, I reckon we could hit 750 golf balls. So how much, I mean, if you're not working, right, and you're not doing anything on a night, what's a couple of hours, you know what I mean? A couple of hours, few quid in your back pocket, exercise as well. So everyone's a winner, mate. There's no losers, you know what I mean? But it is well scary at that neutral. How we doing, mate? Long time no see, neutral. But just going on that, right? I'm just going to play this. Smithers sent me this. I've just screen recorded it before I did this live, and I won't play it all, but I'll just give you an idea. This is taking it to the extreme, but it could be done. Bearing in mind, this taking it to the extreme, right, guys? So, and I'm not going to play it all and bore you to death. Let's have a listen to this. Hopefully, I don't get copyrighted.
I'm not even close.
Let's have a look. No mad skills.
They were mixing it up, and they're going on an adventure that they never expected to be going on.
Let me just get
Too much on what I'm doing. Hey, brother, cousin, how you start this? What? No! We're searching for our first pond to dive, to start searching for these golf balls. We got the drone up right now. This place is absolutely beautiful. We gotta catch up. I'm so excited. This is way better than walking the golf course and searching for golf balls. My nibs are so cold, bro. I could cut diamonds. Ah! Look, all they can think about is that deer trail right there. Oh my God. He's saying that there's big bucks in this area. Big bucks. Pulling up to the very first pond.
Bearing in mind, yeah, Ingleby Barwick golf course is nothing like where they are now, yeah. They're obviously in America. And it's a lovely day and all that, you know what I mean? And they've probably got permission to do all this, right? This Ginge, me and you, it'd be nothing like this, mate, yeah.
That is fishing.
That is freezing!
That's why we brought 2 wetsuits.
I'm putting on another one. It's so cold.
Oh yeah.
Y'all just behind my back making fun of me, huh? Is that what's happening? Hey, go film him put a wetsuit on. What?
He almost has it all the way on.
What?
This is on backwards.
No, it's not. Oh my God. It's going on this way. I don't care. I don't care.
Take it off.
I don't care. It's too late.
At this point, I'm just imagining Ginge in a wetsuit.
You didn't tell me.
I didn't even see you putting it on. Well, this day is starting out great.
You
This
let
is
me
awesome.
get this far.
No, you didn't.
Look, I got a baby turtle. Look at him.
There's
He's so
nothing
cute.
there, are there?
First find of the day. Baby turtle. He's right here. He's still screaming over there trying to get his wetsuit on. Now that he's finally got his wetsuit on, we're gonna go over the gear that we're gonna be using and then finally dive in and find hopefully thousands of golf balls. So this is the big scuba rig that Lee's gonna be using today. These are gonna let us stay underwater for up to an hour to 2 hours and help us find as many golf balls as possible. We also have 2 big treasure bags to fill up with golf balls. And of course, to be able to bring you guys underwater with us, I have the mask and GoPro.
Right, so we get the gist of it, yeah? This is what it looks like in this pond, yeah? It's not good at and imagine you sat there now, Bill Graham, being on the edibles all weekend. Yeah, couldn't think of anything worse, Moon, you know what I mean?
So right now I just hit a hot spot. I want you to go down right here and feel how many balls there are.
There are tons of them.
I think I had to stop. The same amount as 3 times diving. So with
Let's have a look how many he ends up with, yeah?
first, and now it's like it just became like just a job, and we gotta get we set that goal. We set that goal in the beginning. I was like, I can't leave unless we have 5.
It was fun the whole way. The last dive, I was like, oh man.
Yeah, I'm ready to get out. All right, let's go count these up.
The 3 hours have
After
been
the
there,
review-
right? They probably had
review on the
permission
play.
to go in that pond, so
So we have reached
There's no pressure on them. They're not looking over the shoulder.
Freaking thousand golf balls. I
Somebody
honestly
come
don't
and
want to
shoot
see
them.
another golf ball for a long time. Our
But
crate.
if the video gets 10 likes, we have to come back.
10 likes, so we do have to come back.
This crate is about to bust.
Bro,
it.
the crate might bust. Should we
Let her bust.
let her bust?
She ain't gonna bust.
You don't think? I thought I read it's like a 5,000
Cindy,
golf ball
got him
limit.
on there, Cindy.
Oh my gosh.
Did that say
This
there?
golf course bonds.
Dump 'em.
See that comment at the top of the screen there?
God!
There's so many.
Look at him!
Something to do with the revenue of block golf ball. 25,000.
Ah!
$25,000, yeah. $25,000. The price of them golf, it was either the cost of them golf balls, retail, or some fact like that, some mad fact. Honestly, if everyone laughs, don't they? You know what I mean? But honest, I'm telling you, it's there, man. Imagine the content as well. Imagine the content. It's just getting somebody to come and film it. Like, I don't know if that scuba gear, I'm not into that. And like I say, that was a nice pond as well, wasn't it? That was in America on a lovely course. This pond I'm on about, it's not as lovely as that, and I don't think you'll be finding turtles and that. But yeah, you get the gist of it, don't you? Money to be made. There's a lad coming around tonight. Granted, it's only because Louise advertised them for me on her Facebook, and he's coming around tonight, but he wants 20 quid's worth. So it's a start, isn't it? It's 20 quid. 20 quid for now, right? And what? If I make £100 a week, or if someone wants to come and, like this geezer, he's lost his chance now, that fella. I mean, it is good. Don't get me wrong. It's a good contact if he's going to take all the golf balls off us, but I'm not giving them away. You know what I mean? I'd jump in some ponds, yeah, exactly. Never be seen again, would I? I'd end up being on the news and bald-headed guy missing, or on the news like the police will be there all night arresting us for trespassing and that. Be on the front page of the Gazette, I think. I tell you what. I've got the golf on here from last night in Mississippi. Is it Mississippi? Absolutely glorious weather. McIlroy's only 2 shots behind Jordan Spieth, Tommy Fleetwood. But there's a thing in golf, in the professional game, the FedEx Cup, it's called. What it is, over the whole season, you get points for every win or wherever you come, you know. And whoever wins this FedEx Cup at the end, whoever's in the lead at the end of the season, as well as all the other prize money that they win, you know what? I'm pretty sure it's about $30 million. $30 million for hitting a fucking ball. Yeah, we're gonna get off the. We'll get off the. I won't bore anyone anymore about the golf. Like, That spice, man. It's unbelievable, isn't it? That spice. Who the hell? When you see these videos, there's loads of them on YouTube, isn't there? Spice fails, where it shows you people in the street. Don't do it in like a house where nobody's going to see them. These people are like smoking spice in the town centre and then just like turning into like total zombies. Gillies, how you doing, matey? Good to see you. You'll probably, Gillies and Cindy, you'll probably notice that I haven't been in your chats very much. I do like to watch the mixes, and I like the people who go in your chats as well. I will try and grace you with my presence more often. I've still been watching. I just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. It's not even that I'm lazy now. You know what I mean with the chats. Just like being a little bit like everyone else, a little bit disillusioned with it all lately. You know, all the shit. It's just shit in it, man. Shit everywhere. I tell you what, I nearly hung my YouTube boots up 2 days ago for good when I seen something and I thought, right, if ever there's a time to pack in, right, and call it a day, it's now. And that was when I scrolled through the lives and Dan Riley was live, right? Not only was Dan Riley live, but he had 20 people in there. So it's definitely time for me to hang my YouTube boots up if Dan Riley's getting 20 people watching him. Honestly, that man, well, I'm not even calling him that. He's not even a man. But there has been a few new ones out on there, which fair play to them. I think Venom started doing a few lives. It's getting some decent numbers in there. Yes, Mermaid. Was that Mermaid? It's only one Mermaid, isn't there? How you doing, Mermaid? Hope you're good. Mermaid's old school, man. Mermaid, you know, you were one of the first ones in my lives when I first started doing lives. Man, honestly, you sort of forget, don't you? You forget. I think it's over a year ago now. It's easy over a year ago since I started doing lives, but you forget the people that used to come in and that. And I know it's not. I know a lot of people haven't got time or this. You know, there's that many live streams on. But yeah, man, I don't forget the real ones, man. That's what they're trying to do, aren't they? But never lasts though, does it? Just there's no easy like way. It's a lot of it's gone too far, isn't it? There's no easy like solution. And I think Banter's trying to do it, I'll be honest. Banter is trying to do it, and Banter's been on my line. Banter, we've had good track. It's just with the numbers comes the drama, doesn't it? You just gotta, you know, the way I see it, right, is I know a lot of people don't like Pablo, right? But Pablo had got big numbers without any gimmicks. There was none of this when them lives were out. There was none of this screen sharing and people playing music and all the little gimmicks and that. Basically, it's just a man on the screen and a link. So you don't even need all the gimmicks. They do make for a better stream and that, but you don't need them. Like you see what video Craig's doing now. But it's what he's doing it with. It's, you know, you got to have morals. I mean, yeah, you've got to have morals. Like once you give your morals away, it's not worth it for YouTube at all. Yeah, man, you know that I like all the people in your chat. Like I say, I'm being honest. Being honest, like I love nothing. I used to love nothing more than jumping in a chat and bouncing off people, and like, you know, it keeps you alert, doesn't it? It gets your brain working, and you keep your banter, keeps your banter going, doesn't it? But saying, Sean, like a lot of people will agree with you, but I know there's people who wouldn't agree with that. But the simple facts are that he proved that you can get 1,000 people in a chat watching you by just being sat on a chair with a few posters behind you. You know, you don't have to be doing like what I always try to have a little bit of music or whatever, like, you know, just a few little gimmicks, and you need something as a backup or a quiz or whatever. That's it, Sean, innit? That's it. Yeah. See, I know the Phil's not the biggest as you can read there, but I'm just using him as an example, Phil, which makes it like you thinking that, which makes it even more crazy, isn't it? But you stick video Craig on a camera like this, talking to a chat, I don't last 2 minutes, like. To be fun, has he been putting stuff out there? I haven't seen that, to be honest. Or just one more little thing that I'm just going to put. It's only 50 seconds long. It's only 50 seconds long, this, and it's from just something that I've seen before I come on. And everyone will know that I do bang on about it, but it came up on me recommended. But
I'll fight them all. It's as simple as that. I know Vin has made contact with Martin, and listen, in a respectful way. I've accepted it. I'd accept his offer. Don't make it publicly come on YouTube and accept it. He knows I'll take the fight. He knows that. You know that's the case, Venner. You know I'm not hiding from you, pal. I've told Martin to tell you that I'll fight you, so that's not a problem at all whatsoever.
Venice Heggie, not going to bang on about it, but is that going to happen? Can that happen? Like I did see that coming like a long time ago. I thought only as a matchup, as a good fight. Forget about the pasts. Yeah, take away Heggie's past. Venice I like anyway. I know he's not everyone's favourite as well, but he's a Borough lad, and know he's got a past. But take away their past, right, and just look at the fighting record and the different styles. I know Venice is not a bare fighter, but he can fight with his fists. And Heggie being, you know, the so-called bare champion or beaten or whatever, I just think it was a good matchup, and that's all I was looking at. And then, but you add all the YouTube beef to it as well. You add all the YouTube beef to it, and it makes for a good fight. But I think what's stopping it is all the shit that goes with it. You know what I mean? And I'm not like picking up either of them. I'm just looking at it as a fight. Yes, my mate. Big up Zeus. Good to see Zeus there. 420. Big up yourself, 420. Yeah. Big up Paul Taylor. I didn't see you there, mate. Hope you're good fella. Hope you're good, my mate. Yes, boss dog. Yeah, man. I think everyone just wants to see us in a wetsuit. I think even the thought of me and Ginger in a wetsuit or me and Nutter in a wetsuit, I can see people salivating over it already. Even I'm laughing at it already. Louise will probably have had to pull over. She'll be driving, she'll have had to pull over. Like, was that a brand new channel that Jim was doing? Jim, was that a brand new channel that you've got now? I was sub to it, but I don't think Louise was. He popped up on a recommended. She says, "Why am I not subbed to Jim?" And I wasn't sure, to be honest. Yeah, I tell you, another person we haven't seen a lot of lately. There was a few people, you know, when you just think to yourself, like, who hasn't been around and for a while. There was a few. Was it? You know what? I forgot already. Well, same channel there. Got you, mates. 420's there. Every time I see 420, I just see him with no top on, laughing his head off like, with the joint. That was like summer vibes from last year. Yes, thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil. Big G. Where is Big G? Big G, lad, come on, mate. Let us know you're all right, brother. Because I know he had a few. I know he had a few issues. I haven't got a clue what. But you know, man, he's a big friend of this channel, man. Big G's one of the proper G's. If you're listening in, Big G, mate, just drop in, mate. If you're going to come back to one channel, and one channel will make it this one, mate, because you know, got a lot of time for Big G. I remember him just popped up from absolutely nowhere. Just he's always been sweet. I promise Louise won't take the piss out here, or if you come back. Staffies, that's another one, yeah. Where's Staffies and Bullies gone? Just talking about that, Louise has seen something on Google this morning, saying they're banning them cane Corso dogs, the RSPCA, like officially. So how will that work? How will that work if they're just banning a breed now that's already out there? How do you go about that? That's got to have its problems, hasn't it? But them cane Corsos, massive, aren't they? And you have got to think to yourself, like, I'm a dog lover, right? Dogs, and we've got a breed that, you know, she is soft as shit, but it's in that she's in that category, you know, the bully, the Staffy bully cross, that they're all that are in the news at the minute. But them cane corsos, they're just like massive, aren't they? Like, don't know, should you be allowed to keep them, like, or and how thank you, Jim. I was just waiting for somebody to come and tell me if that's right. Is that right? Because Louise said, I said, who's behind that? She said the RSPCA, and I thought, the RSPCA are like all about looking after animals, aren't they? But yeah, if they are going to ban them, if they are going to ban them, and if anyone can confirm that it's official, that they are to be, it's illegal to have them or breed them or whatever. By all means, like drop it in the chat. You know what I mean? But you know, it's opening a can of worms, isn't it? Because there's that many but especially over lockdown, we just went bully crazy, didn't it? And interbreeding them and that. And for me, the Staffy, the old style Staffy, I think, looking at the people in here, there's probably only a few that are a little bit older than me, yeah, but we're all in our 40s, yeah, 40s, 50s. When we were kids, what was a Staffy to you? If somebody said a Staffy, it was, they were quite low, weren't they? Were the little stumpy legs, longish body, and the Staffy face. You don't see them. I don't see them Staffies anymore. You just don't see them. My mate had one, and she was 15, and I knew I'd seen him from a puppy, and I think she's the last proper Staffy that I've seen. Just like now they put Staffordshire Bull, and I don't know. For me, they've no more breeding them. So if you've already got them, I'm keeping you. But then all that's going to happen, though, Jim, they're going to get more expensive, aren't they? Because people are going to start breeding them illegally, aren't they? And then they're going to go to the black market. People are going to get ripped off and that, aren't they? It's not like you, Sean. Sean, how are you doing anyway, mate? You haven't spoken to us for a while, have you? What's going on? What is happening? Yeah, I believe this will be your second week back now in the gym. Have you done anything exciting last week, mate? Have you been up any cooling towers or anything like that, mate? Or any wind turbines? This one will cheer Phil Graham up. Can anybody, have we got any experts in the chat, right, who can explain to me without it being boring? Can you explain to me how them wind turbines work and what have they got anything to do with? I don't think they have anything to do with. Let me tell you, even when it is windy, right, how is it going to blow? How is it going to start one of them off and keep one of them blowing? I know for a fact it's going to sound like a knobbhead there. I was going to make a statement, right, Jim, but I've got to, because Jim's here, I'm going to have to retract it. And that statement was right. You know, you get people who say, we all love dogs, yeah, we're all dog lovers. So, and you might have your dog for 10 years. Oh, what you got? You might have your dog for 10 years, right? And you might know your dog inside out. But if I asked you, would you leave your dog in a room with a baby? Would you leave your dog? Even though it's your dog and you've had it 10 years, you know, inside out, would you leave your dog in a room with a baby for an hour? Like, now, you might get people that say yes, right? Because they'll think they know their dog, you know. But the reason why I'm having to retract this is because has anyone seen Jim's dogs? But it's made me think twice about it, Jim. Exactly, mate, exactly. No matter how much you know your dog and you think you know your dog, you'd be crazy to even come out with a statement like that, wouldn't you? You'd be crazy, you know? No one's going to be impressed by you having a dog that you think you could leave with a baby in a room because you trust it. It's just, you just can't. But you're right, Jim. Well said, Jim. Well said. Commissioned an ammonia plant today. I'm doing online training for 4 engineers. Oh, there's a thing. There's a little thing, right? Working in confined spaces. Not for me, like, not for me. Or working in confined spaces for me, like, one thing. I mean, what borders on claustrophobia? Is it going in a lift? If you don't like lifts, is there anyone in the chat? Yes, Ash, how we doing, mate? Hope you're all right, Ash. Stick a 1 in the chat. I haven't done this for a while. Don't make me look daft. Put a 1 in the chat if you're scared of going in lifts. You can do this to me. It's the power of being a host. You know, whenever or someone in the chat who thinks they're a big hitter will say, start their own poll off in the chat, won't they? Because the big hitters are, yeah, stick a 1 in the chat if Moon's a knobhead. Well, I used to be petrified to lifts, right? But there was a lift in Middlesbrough, and they're all over the place now, but back in the day, there was a lift in Middlesbrough. It was a glass lift, and it was only about 75 foot. It was indoor, and that lift, I would go in that lift. So does that mean I'm claustrophobic? I wouldn't have gone in a normal lift, but I'll go in a glass lift, same size, but I could see out of that. Yep, I'll be following that, Ash, right? I'll be following that because you know what? Like, when Ash comes in here, we don't talk about all that shit. You know what I mean? And like, he just Ash in it, and he likes his golf as well. Did you see that, Ash? Where is it? Let's have a look. See how much they are now, Ash? I don't care I don't care how rich you are, right? If you've got £16.95 to buy 3 golf balls, right? You've got too much money, Sean. Respect, Sean, mate. Mad up moon. I know, but does that mean I'm claustrophobic? I will go in a normal lift now, yeah. I will go in a normal lift, but I don't know. Is it underground as well? Underground, is that claustrophobic? Can't be scared of ants. 3-foot ants. Really? That's it. I think if you can see out, it makes all the difference, doesn't it? But still, I wouldn't like to be locked in like a glass. I think it's if you can't move as well, isn't it? I think it's if you can't move, that's when it makes it more claustrophobic. There's no way I'm getting in no tunnel. I'm not going in. I'll go in the Channel Tunnel, but you won't get me in no tunnel where I can't move my arms, or you have to shoot me along. I think even if I was in prison and there was a tunnel to get me out of prison, right? And I knew that if I got through this tunnel and it was 100-foot long underground, but it was basically I had to go through it like that, and it was just all mud. I don't know if I could do it. Like big golfer, haven't you, in the slammer? You've been, instead of going to the gym, you've been going to golf balls in the slammer, haven't you? He's bright to put a bit of common sense into the chat. So, training and working in confined spaces, Jim. So obviously, to even do that course, you can't be claustrophobic, can you? That's not to get you over being claustrophobic. That's to, I don't know what the safety measures of the safety of it. You mean, like, or because let's face it, if you're in a tunnel underground and it's only a couple of foot wide and something happens, you're not getting out here really. Here's an example for you. Them miners, them miners in Chile. Remember them miners in Chile? Was it Chile where they were all stuck underground? Oh, mate. Wow. Remember that? Fucking hell. They were still pulling them out. How long were they stuck under there for? They were like in a little pocket, weren't they? And they were stuck in there for time, weren't they? Days, weeks, wasn't it? Weeks, man. Did they all get out as well, Gav? These people as well in the Welsh people who go down them mad potholes, go potholing, man. You couldn't pay me £1 million to go potholing. Who in the right mind would do that? You go that's it, they go potholing, yeah? And then when they get stuck, do you expect people to come and save them and that, you know? That's it, Jim. The Welshman, they're all mad, aren't they? That is one mad thing about Welsh people. How do you decide? How does it come into your head one day that you think potholing's a good idea or potholing will be fun. Have we got any potholers out there or what? Right, have you been potholing or what, fella? Jim Bright potholing. Smithers, you'd go potholing, wouldn't you? He'd just think of the pot. He'd think, pot? Oh, yeah, I'll have a go. How's it going anyway, Dave? Did you get the other dog, Dave, or can't remember what it was called now? I should remember, son. Lovely little dog, wasn't it? I say little, but it was because we were all. I seen in a few chats, a few people were saying, I wonder if Big Bear is getting on without the dog. And I was thinking to myself, don't know. Yeah. See, that's the thing, right? Because dogs, they get jealous, don't they? Dogs are like women, and they get jealous, don't they? Or what about was like you got an option? You either was stuck potholing, you got stuck potholing for a day, or you got stuck with Bright for a day. Only joking, Bright lad. Only joking, lad. I've heard a bit of Bright the last few days. We have got something in common because we both ran Flavors' channel for him for a few hours. Bright, only the other day. Flavors trusted Bright enough to leave him on his channel on the panel while he went to Tesco. You know what, man? Fair play to you, Bright, mate. Yeah, but Dave, yeah, dogs get jealous, don't they? And that was going to go one way or the other one. But I don't know. Was it jealousy, like Dave, or because the dog Big Bear's going to want you all himself, isn't he? And you bringing somebody else in, that's half the attention just gone in it straight away. You know what I mean? I think if you get two dogs, you've got to it's best that they grew up together, isn't it? You know what I mean? Don't know, Jim. I don't know, mate. You need to talk, Jim. Jim having a go at us being violent. I've seen Jim on the punch bag, man. I've seen the dust coming off that punch bag. Never forget it. It's this mermaid. Yeah, cavers, man. It's just a crazy hobby, innit? You couldn't pay me to do that. Jim got COPD from punching a punch bag because of the amount of dust that come off it. Then went and had another crate of was it salt? I've been having a few bottles of this, Jim. I think yours was Corona, wasn't it? Pick up the daddies. Yes, guy. Right, that is correct, mate. You were with Jay, but Jay was being very quiet. And I think it was you. You were the man. You were the man. Because I know Jay-Z's no stranger to a panel, but He's very quiet, isn't he? Just a little word about Jay-Z. Like he disappeared for a while, didn't he? He come back and he's still really quiet on the mic. Like really quiet. Yes, Lower Michigan hiking. Now this guy, yeah. So I don't know what his name is, but we'll just call him Mitch. Call him Mitch. So I'm gathering he's probably been listening, and he's jumped in because we've been mentioning potholing and that. We're hiking and camping, potholing. Are we? Is that under the same bracket? But respect for coming in anyway, mate. Hope you're. Thanks for your input. But you might be able to let us know. Is that under outdoor activities? Gav, don't try and be clever, mate, because that's just not going to work, is it? Gav B and the word clever should never be in the same sentence. Love you, Gav. Love you, mate. Michigan. Hey. Oh, no. Let me have a look. Hang on. So this golf tournament, I'm sure it's in Michigan. The one that's on now, the FedEx. Is it live from Michigan? Is it? Get down. Get down now. I'm talking to the dog, sorry. Sit. Come on, meet the guests. Come on, meet the guests. Come on. Just kiss. Look at that. Look at the man. Look at the man. She likes licking me bald head. Sit down. Oh. There's no need for that, like. Get down. See, give her a bit of. She doesn't need any encouragement as it is, but one of them where if you're going to show like the attention, you've got to be willing to be getting like licked to death for half an hour because she won't leave it alone, man. Get down. Right, get down now. Get down or you go in your bed. Go in your bed. Go and play with the toys. So Michigan, I don't know. I think everyone's probably been camping at some point, haven't they? But has anyone ever bought a tent and used it more than once? Or are you in the same category as me where you think because the sun's been out for a bit, you just get this really idea that camping's brilliant. So you go out and you spend £50 on a tent. And with that, you get 2 sleeping bags as well. You think it's a great idea. I did exactly that. And there's Old D here. Old D comes into this because I took my son on this brilliant idea where I bought this tent that come with all the kit. It came with everything, sleeping bags, table, 2 fold-away chairs. It was the business, 50 quid. So I thought I was the bee's knees, yeah. In the back, shot it in the back of the car. Said to me, so now we'll go to like Flamingo Land. We'll go camping at Flamingo Land. Anyway, we got there. We got the tent out, right? I'm not kidding you. It was the smallest tent in the world, right? Like when it says 2 men. It was even Nutter would have been claustrophobic in it, right? On his own. But the funniest thing was, right, when we put it up, yes, what were you doing, Will? The funniest thing was, because we were right near it, we thought it was great, right? But when we drove away from it, or when we walked away from it, we went in the park. And when you come out the park, you sort of like go past this big hedge, right? You can't see all the tents and everything until you walk around the side of this hedge. We walked around this hedge, and all you could see, right, was all these massive tents, you know, these experts who've like big awnings and that. And then right next to it, right, was our tent. It just looked like that. It looked like somebody with a big, massive tent. It looked like the sort of tent that you'd have for your puppy, for your dog or something, but it was for me and my son. Honestly, mate, that was the end of our camping days. No, we did go camping once again, which is weird because we did get a better tent. And it was all right at that time, actually. But we have just sold the tent back to the guy who got it only yesterday. The guys paid exactly the same as what we bought it off. Oh, he's bought it back. But it's all the it's all good, isn't it, when you put it up and it feels good to be outdoors and that. Like Michigan here, like if you do it properly and you've got all the gear, it is good, isn't it, to be outdoors and all that. But for me, the tents, it's not much fun putting them up, is it? It's more fun putting them up than taking them down. You see, it's like a bit of a novelty, isn't it? But they never go back in the bag like how they were when you bought them, and you end up just stuffing it all up, don't you? And you end up basically just shoving it in the bag, and then it goes in the garage, doesn't it? Until you get another bright idea. But then it always stinks as well. It always stinks, you know, like foisty and that. we were thinking about it, you know. Then we thought, well, we've got the dog now. Man, we went to stay. We went to a hotel. It was only a few months ago, anyway. We went to Scarborough just for 2 nights. We took the dog to a dog-friendly hotel, right? What was a dog-friendly hotel? Yeah. Well, this hotel, I believe, I think everyone will know it in Scarborough. It's the biggest hotel there. I think it's called the Grand. Is it the Grand? And it probably was Grand, right? Like 100 years ago when it got built. I'm sure it was the best hotel of its kind in Europe or wherever. But it's one of them, you know, where they let it go a little bit. But dogs were allowed, which I was amazed at. But I mean, it was good for it was good fun, but it's double the work, you know. Double the work when you've got a dog. Woo and Mermaid did the same chat there. I think Mermaid must have told Woo that Moon's whinging because no one comes in anymore who used to. But Woo, if you remember rightly, Woo was the quiz champion, right? What do you reckon? One in the chat. Bear in mind, only one person voted last time I said this, but one in the chat if Woo could beat Bazza in the Moon Big Quiz. Woo used to always win the old quizzes. Super fast. you'd be getting barred out of there, like, well. But Will, you might not have seen, right, but when I've been doing quizzes, do you reckon she beat Barry? Come on, we've all seen Bazza in action, haven't we? Will, so I've got this friend, yeah. He happened at the time when he introduced him to this side. I introduced him to this side of YouTube without knowing, right, that he was a quiz genius, right? Absolutely, he's like them on the chase. He could be one of the chasers, yeah. But he's also just like losing. So I introduced him to this crowd, and they all like, "Oh, welcome, Barry." And it's like, bloody hell, it's great, this. Everyone's dead friendly, and you're chatting that. Until he started winning the quizzes. I think it took 3 quizzes that he won, and then the people were blocking him and that. And everyone was like, I'm not doing the quiz if fuck Barry's coming in. I don't know, Dennis, are you still there, mate? My other mate from work, Dennis, bless him, like, he can't get in the bloody chat still. So he has to watch, and he comments on WhatsApp. He WhatsApps me when I'm live. But he knows Barry as well. Yeah, but that'd be a good battle, that. Will, that'd be a good battle next time I do a quiz. Battle of the Alexas. Ian Beale. Big up the Ian Beale. We were just on about it, Ian. We were just on about Flavours leaving people on his panel, disappearing on his panel and that. Because every time I do a live, right, I'm always like, I get a bit nervous and that. And I just want to try and be entertaining a little bit, you know what I mean? And I end up I do sometimes get a headache, especially if there's a few people on the panel and that. But today I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do what Flavours does, because it worked for him, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Just goes about his daily business. But my point being, I've been left on running Flavours' panel for him. I think it was about 3 hours. But Bright, who's in the chat, Bright got left on the panel there. I don't think it's the first time either. But Bright got left on the panel that he did say Jay-Z was there with him, but from what I heard, Bright was with the show, you know what I mean? I think he has done lives on his own channel before. Bloody hell, what's going on here? We are blessed. Jackie's in the house. Pick up the Jack. I'll tell you what, this is a trio you don't mess with, yeah. Jackie, Mermaid, and Woo. And we've got Louise listening in as well. You don't want to mess with them for me, let me tell you. He has, Jim, he has. You know what? I haven't had a look back on them yet. It doesn't happen very often now, Woo. Not very often now, but he's still partial to nodding off midstream, like. He is partial to it, like. And in answer to that, Gav, he did disappear for a long time, right? But before he disappeared, he was like one of these. I don't know what he does for a living or when he works or anything. I think he has got a few kids, but he was one, just sit on a panel as like. He might not talk all the time, but he would sit on a panel for a good few hours. And he disappeared for a while, but he's come back and definitely has been on Shufflings for a few hours, and he's definitely been on Flavours. I don't mind Jay-Z. I don't think he's ever been on this panel, like, but yeah, man, he seems alright to me, man. And all Slim, haven't they? You know what when you go back, man, you just laugh. If you watched a few of the early lives, you'd laugh because, man, you take it for granted. You took it for granted at the time. Bearing in mind it was a year ago, right? And the word nonce, no one had heard of an acro. Nonce very rarely got said. Bacon was just something you had with you for breakfast. And Speedos only got mentioned like if you're taking the piss out of Phil Gray. Then were the days, right? And man, it was a totally different time, wasn't it? Like say back in the day though, like there's a few people now who used to come in. There's a few people who've been here since day one. And there's a few who come and go, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's absolutely nothing wrong with that because there is a lot of lives going about, and people have their favourites and that. You know what I mean? So things are different. You know what I mean? Howl ahead. We got the howl ahead. I imagine Gabby rocking a pair of Speedos. Like, did anyone else see that? Anyone else picture that? Like, oh, is that something you don't want to picture? Like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a rainy Monday afternoon. Ooh, just beat you there, Slim. Just beat you. What was it like back in them days, though, Howler? What's these chats weren't going on, were they? You know what I must do? What I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to go back and watch some of the first early lives, because I believe just looking at my chat there now, the last 10 names, I know Woo's old school because Woo's other channel, what's it called, Woo again? Take Two. If you check that out, she has got clips. She's probably the original clipper anyway. She's got clips of the early days, like, I'm going to say Pablo, but I know Pablo for definite. I don't know about earlier, that Cody Lackey. I haven't seen any of them. I keep hearing about his name. You know, I know PD's old school as well. Pablo, Woo, Mermaid, I believe, has been Mermaids used to watch them. I know Lindsay Kilpatrick. She's another one. But I came along like just after all that. Did you? Did you, Al? And Al didn't know that, mate. I didn't know that, Al. Yeah, there's another one, John Morris, yeah. But I'll say this though, and I'm not an expert because I haven't seen any of it, but they seem to get put in a bracket, all that, you know, the early lot, they don't get put in a good light now, do they? If you know what I mean. They seem to be put in a bad light, the ones that started off all this. I don't know why, because I've never watched any of them, but they must have had something about them if they started all this. I mean, so was Cody Lackey first? Did he start using StreamYard first? Is that what it was? Or did he start the whole concept? Another one, Lazar. Lazar was one of the first people I started watching on here. I remember when he only had less than 100 subs, and I said to my son, I said, "Oh, watch this fella, like, he's funny. He's quite funny, like, but yeah, I'll have to look back on them. Oh, yeah. Boss Dog. Was that when he went to fight him in the street? But Marvin was supposed to be like the hard man, wasn't he? Like, I know he has got a good story, Marvin. Like, yeah, if it's all true, like the story where he got shot, I remember. And am I right in saying that? Didn't he go? He somehow survived that shooting, didn't he? So he's been shot at point blank range a couple of times, and we all know he's lost his eye, yeah. But I'm pretty sure that the story when he was in hospital, Marvin, didn't he break his own leg? He kept breaking his own leg or his arm, because he thought it was going to come back stronger. You know what I mean? But he's another one, like, he's not held in a very good light, is he? But yeah, when Lazar went on like Rogue on him, didn't he? Went on Rogue on him and was live when he was supposed to have been filmed him in his car because he thought Marvin was coming to doorstep. Funny that, like. Jim's first channel was it really? But you know what? The thing is, right? That you could probably imagine that. Oh, could you imagine that happening again? I don't know. I don't think Sparrow. I don't know about Sparrow and Donna Humble. I don't know. Is there anything that happened back in that day that you could see happening again? But I know there's the classic one where Cody was supposed to have robbed Pablo, wasn't he? On a live stream where he's rifling through Pablo's drawers. I think if you're going to rifle through anyone's drawers, right, for money or gain, it wouldn't be Pablo's, would it? He's back. Guess who's back again? You know what? The good shout, Zeus. Good shout, Zeus, because I'm looking at all the people in this chat here, and I'm pretty sure 90% of us in here used to watch the Podra. Louise always goes mad at me though when I mention it because she never liked him. What, on camera? Did you clip that one? Did you miss that one? I think we all know that I joined the Porn Bomb Club, like, on was it my last live, people, or the one before? I was slacking one night, I got porn bombed. Is that right, Zeus? Under another name, like, obviously, Zeus. I don't know, as somebody who followed his channel and that, it all went a bit pear-shaped, didn't it? But Zeus was a big Zeus. I think Zeus came to light on that channel, didn't he? Definitely Zeus comments did. No comment. We all remember no comment. I think we all know that was Jim, don't we? Everyone knows that that was Jim's idea, that no comment. But it was also the start of Podref's demise, wasn't it? Because I remember the day that he came on, because he'd do random lives, wouldn't he? And he'd fired a live up and there was nobody in his chat because somebody who he thought was Jim give a spanner to, and they'd gone into one of his old lives and blocked everybody. And he thought it was a no comment, but somebody had obviously made the account up, and he'd stupidly give them a spanner, and they'd gone and wiped everyone out. You know, if you think about it, you could even say that that was the start of like the spanner wars. I would have to go to the toilet. Oh, it's definitely doing the flavors there. A spanner's like, get off. You're gonna go in your bed. A spanner's still like the root of all evil. Remember that? Remember when Spanner Wars was out, and it's just, and then they brought them thingy spanners out, didn't they? The super spanner. You know. See that when they brought that super spanner out, everyone kicked off, didn't they? I know Sean Wade, like, he was probably the biggest advocate there to try to ban the super spanner. But what spanners haven't really been an issue over here. But the same people. But the same spanners since day one. Isn't it bad how people are not daft, are they? Yeah, well, some people, you know, like, I'll be honest, right? I've got quite a few spanners on channels, but I can't remember last time I shared somebody's channel. Like mine do it all the time. Like my spanners do it all the time. Slim Reaper. Anyone if Slim Reaper goes in your chat, anyone, he hasn't got a spanner, you give him a spanner. because, you know what I mean? I tell you, he's a proper good lad, and he shares my channel when I'm not even in chat, man. He also gets embarrassed, I think. Yes, Bazza. What's happening, Baz? He's still grafting, mate. Here he is, let me see. Oh, just back in from the graft. What? 6 till 2, mate. Harry, you know what, mate? No lie, right? I got up this morning, bearing in mind for 30 years, I've worked 12-hour shifts, 12-hour day shifts, 12-hour night shifts, 7 till 7. So when I was on earlies, I was up at 5 o'clock. My alarm used to go off 5 o'clock. Straight up, no snoozing, shower, breakfast. Then I was one of these who I would always get to work, 25 minutes early. Either sit in the car and have a cigarette, or, it got a little bit later towards the end, but you get the gist of it. Today I had to be up. I got up at 7:30, right? I went to the toilet, and I was just like, you know what I mean? I felt like a zombie. I thought, how the hell do I get up at like 5? How the hell have I been getting up at 5 o'clock for 30 years? But respect, Baz, respect, mate. I hope it's going all right as well. You're not getting the piss took out of you like we have been. Bazza, we've got a contender as well here. Woo Mobile, right? Before, in the early days when I used to do quizzes, and I believe it's still happening now. She's still winning quizzes. So the next quiz, Baz, you've got a new challenger. And I'm not putting anyone else down as well. We have got some other good quizzes in. Old D's not a bad little quizzer. He's up there. Sean Wayne as well. Even Phil Graham, right? Once come third in the quiz. And I remember I just picture him. He was sat on the edge of his seat because he was up there with a chance. But this is the Bazzy you need to beat, Woo. Who's mentioning kids, eh? Yeah, no kids shit, Pete. You know that, man. I haven't got my glasses on today, like, and I've been doing a lot of chatting, like. But yeah, as far as the quizzes go, they're the ones that stick out. Who else was good at the quizzes? There's Slim stirring the pot a little bit there, Baz. Look at Slim stirring the pot there. Now mentioned quiz, Dave. I hadn't forgot. Dave has been in the top 3, I believe. But what Dave normally does is he'll start, and if he goes a few points down, he'll go in a huff and he'll say, "Oh, I had to take Bear out for a walk." You know what I mean? He's probably got that one there. He's probably got a screen recorded, Phil, like the day when he comes second. While Louise is here as well, can we all hit the likes? Because I know that you'll know that Louise, like, she's always sharing channels as well on her page. She's got a spanner on a lot of channels. She always says hit the likes. And I always, I don't say anything, because you do have to have someone to tell you to hit the likes, because you just forget otherwise. So if you get a second, hit the like. But if you don't, I'll get bright on. saying that though, you can go back and thingy it as well, can't you? You can go back and unlike, can't you? Yeah, he did admit though. He was getting a bit of help off his wife, which it's not against the rules, is it? It's not against the rules, man. Not against the rules. What was the word there? Let me see. What's them? Adam? Are we on about Adam Scott? Yeah, Adam Scott's another one. There's a few. There's a few in there. Yeah, man, there was a few. Adam Sky, that was in. I'm thinking of the golfer Adam Scott. I wasn't going to say now, like, I wasn't going to say now, but you probably are right, like, but he's run out of excuses now. You know, he does. The best one is, and these days, this doesn't happen these days because the quality of the quiz, the people in the quizzes has gone up. But Sean Wayne used to have the audacity to turn up in round 2, thinking he could miss a whole round and still win. You remember them days? Like, that's not happening anymore. Them days are long gone. I mean, you've got to be in from the start, you know. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Quaver the Raver. Pick up Lindsay. Pick up yourself, Lindsay. Looking forward to your holidays, mate. You know what, Linz? My mum is a top cruiser, man. She loves the cruisers, you know what I mean? I don't know what it is about it, but you know, good them cruisers though. She's cruised all around the world. I think the last one was she's been to Australia, Singapore. I think the last one was a match. She had to fly to Miami, so wherever it was from there they went. She loves the cruisers, like. You know what, Gav? I haven't even called you that today, have I, mate? Be honest. Gav came in. I didn't even call him the Ginger Ninja. I said, he's Gav B, my mate. You know, Lou speaks for herself, man. Speaks for herself. It tells her as it is. What's Bright going on about Orson here? Orson. Yeah, did anyone know? Does anyone know that you know, Mark and Mindy? You know, Mark, Ron Williams, did you know he was dead? Well, you now knew. I'm here all week. Will, please tell me that you got that one, mate. Slim got it. Jackie's had enough after that one. That's one for the Geordie. God. There was another one as well, Barry. It was Geordie's. Another one about Bounty, but I can't remember it. Something like it's Bounty. Something to do with that coconut chocolate bar thing, but I can't remember it. Louise hates jokes. She absolutely hates them. But she doesn't hate them, she just hates my jokes. Because You know, obviously I am hilarious. Like, so sometimes I think she just stop herself from laughing, right? She's got a bit like sometimes she doesn't want to encourage us, you know what I mean? Exactly. Yeah, that joke about coconuts and chocolate bound to be correct. Dave, you're at a constant break, lad. Come on. Stop. You can't keep using that one, Dave. We all know you too well now, man. Dave works 12 till 1, an hour for dinner. Hope you're all right there, Dave, brother. Smithers is old school, like it. Who, right? Let's shine a light on my mate Smithers for a minute, yeah? Who remembers Smithers when he used to go on Pablo's? Yeah, it ties in nicely because Dave tells the worst jokes in the world. You watch his brain will suddenly be back on now. He's coming rip me. But Dave, like, always used to tell the worst jokes in the world. Like, and there were long jokes as well. See, remember one about a pineapple in the jungle? Does anyone else remember that joke what Dave said on Pablo's about pineapple? Oh, Dave, don't be getting bothered at work because I don't want to get the blame if you get the sack. And he blames it on me. You wouldn't be faulted for you would be faulted for thinking that, Barry. Come on, Bright. You can't call anyone a mystery, mate. Come on. You're one of the biggest mysteries on this YouTube, lad. Yeah, Dave, don't be risking your job, lad. I've always, you know what? Jokes, right? Yeah, a joke is all about punchline. It's all about how you deliver it. Innit? Like the great comedians, it's all about the delivery and it, delivering a punchline, you know. And I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but like I do like telling jokes and that. But I tried it over Christmas. Remember me 12 jokes of Christmas? I think I got on 4 and then just packed it in. Where I would tell like I was going to tell 12 of my best jokes. I got to number 4. But Barry will tell you, Barry's worked with me. Baz has worked with me for a long time. He knows that we used to have a proper laugh on. And Dennis, right, who he's watching, yeah, who was on my shift. He's got a worse sense of humour than me. That's it. Say what, Dave's the man, like, isn't he? Dave's the man. Have you seen his? Dave, you have put things up before, haven't you, mate? Put them up again. What Dave makes out of like wood that he. I'm not. No, he doesn't pinch it. You don't pinch it, Dave. He gets old like bits of wood from work that's not going to get used for anything, obviously, and takes it home and makes like mad dollhouses and that for his kids. Fucking brilliant, yeah. Was your nights tonight, buddy? That's where I'm still off work, right there. Yeah, I'm not going to mention where. I know earlier on I did say that I would update you, but nothing really to update. Maybe next week I'll have something to do. Phil's glad I don't go in chats anymore because it was getting the point where me and Big G was starting to get the better of Phil. You never admit it, but when me and Big G and Phil Graham and Slim were in the chat, and Old D, and Old D's another one. Don't discard Old D. He could rip the best of them. But Phil was getting a bit worried. Like, he was thinking, "Oh, I hope he'll just come in this chat with Big G." Like, no, I've never seen them, mate. Phil, you've got loads of flip flops. Why don't you, like, when you sat there doing out on the edibles and that? Why don't you see what you can make out of your flip flops? Oh yeah, I've got to tell you this. This was funny. So it was the Louise old man. We said this right. It was the daughter's birthday yesterday. So we've had like a birthday weekend, family weekend. We've been all over the place, and she got loads of presents, you know, spoiled as they are. Yeah. But was anyone else like this when they were 12? Yeah. So they opened the presents, and Louise had got us some really nice slip on, you know, just slip on, like what they're called. Phil, you know what they're called, like flip flops things. But they're really nice, right? And Louise was like chuffed about getting them and stuff. And like they were nice though as well. So the daughter's opening her presents and that, and she opened them up, and you can't blame her for being honest. Like, so just went, "What are them?" I was like, when I was 12, I would have just said to my mum, "Oh, I love them. Yeah, I love them. Cheers," and then just never wore them. But nowadays, the kids are just like, "What are them?" Who's devastated? Yeah, man. 12-year-old man, funny as. Easy work. Easy work now you haven't seen Big G for a while. I was surprised you were even asking where he was actually thinking about it. Slim Dome, how we Slim? I thought you'd be on my side, mate. Come on. Phil, what were you like, Phil, when you opened your Christmas present? You got them Gucci copies, Gucci flip flops. Did you pretend you liked them? I know you like your Gucci flip flops. We will get Big G back though. I don't know anyone there. I know I've got very close, like I only talked to a few people, like I mean a few, and they're in the chat now, offline, you know. But Big G would have been one of them, you know what I mean? But I never got round to getting his email or anything. I don't know if anyone else did. But if anyone can get in touch with him, see how he is. Oh, did you see me post the other day? I kid you not, right? I kid you not. I bought that Borough top on Saturday. I bought it. Now, we'd already got beat in the first game of the season. We won a cup game midweek. Just. But I bought it about 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, and Borough were playing at 12:30. And put it on just to try it on. And it's hung up upstairs. Like, I don't think I'll be getting it back out. Bottom of the league we are. Rock bottom. No goals scored. 5 goals against. Shocking, man. I'm not going to lie, though. I'm not going to lie. I know we've been on about Gucci flip-flops and that, like fake, the you know, the fake stuff, yeah. But I got that Borough top off somebody on Facebook who sells them on Facebook. Shut up, Barry. Oh, Barry's a Maggie, right? Barry's a mag. Can you imagine that? I'm so glad I'm not at work. So I bought that off somebody off Facebook, right? And they had every football top, pages and pages of football kits, every club apart from Lincoln. They didn't have Lincoln for some. They had every other one apart from Lincoln. But yeah, 25 quid. 25 quid I paid for it, right? We all know the warehouses in Manchester, isn't it? Cheetham Market or whatever it is. Cheetham Hill Market. But these footy tops, £25. Slim, how much is a new Man U kit, mate? For a kid? To buy a kid, a 10-year-old, say, a brand new Man United kit from the club shop for the whole kit, socks, shorts, and top. You know, I bet you're not going to get much change out of 100 quid, probably more anyway. So for 2,500 quid plus, for 25 quid, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter if you get a few wears out of it. I'll only ever wear it when we win. Or on a Saturday, if we're 3-0 up, I might put it on. But what do we think about like copies and, you know, because if everyone knows in a group of friends, you know how much money somebody's got, don't you? You know if they can afford a Gucci or a wherever they are, Moncler jacket. You know if your mate at work, you know what wages he's on. If you see his kids in Moncler jackets, they're not gonna. Nobody's got £1,000 to pay for a jacket, and even if they have, even if you're wearing the proper one, the copies, you'd have to get hold of it and scrutinise it. You can't justify. You can't knock people for buying it. You know, that's my thoughts. But it's quite good quality though, Slim. Good quality, mate. I haven't. I've got a few proper Borough tops. I could look at them next to it and scrutinise it closely. But if you're going to the Borough game and everyone's got a Borough top on, no one's gonna be saying, "Oh, that's a copy. That's a copy." Are they? It's sort of getting to the point where if you do buy something, it's an original. People are calling you stupid. Oh, you've got too much money in it. But I know for a fact there's shops in Middlesbrough, I know for a fact, that's still selling. You can go in and get t-shirt, £300 for a t-shirt. £300 for a t-shirt. We were in, these are one anyway, perfect example. We were in JD Sports yesterday, right? 110s, the daughter wanted some trainers, yeah. The one she liked were £170, yeah. £170. And for me, even I have to have a gut, even I have to like swallow hard at like £170. I know when it comes to trainers, you don't really want the fakes, do you? They do fall the bits. They do. Phil Graham told me, he said, or he said he stopped buying fake 110s because they're only lasting him 3 years. He said he needs a bit more than 3 years wear out, you know what I mean, for 30 quid. But a good pair of trainers, you know, you look after your feet, don't you? Everyone notices what you've got at your feet. She had the money to buy them. She had the money to buy them, 170. It was her money. It's her birthday. I said, "You want them? You get them." You know what I mean? And she picked another pair up that were reduced from 170 to 100. And the only difference on them was a one line. It was exactly the same style, but there was one of the lines in the middle was like had like a shiny bit on. And that was all the only difference. And she was still umming and ahhing about getting them, but she did get them ones. And I said, "You know what?" I said, what you could even do is just get a Sharpie. Just get a Sharpie. I said, "Phil Graham does it. You know, when he was buying Adidas 4 stripe, Phil used to like Sharpie the four stripe out." Sorry for telling them all your secrets, Phil, lad. Yeah, but you don't mess with trainers like, do you really? Piece of joke. I'm waiting for looking forward to the postie coming. Who's just gone live? Jesus Christ, I don't mind everyone going right, but as long as it's not Dan Riley who's just gone live. Right. Jesus, mad this place, isn't it? Probably Howler, mate. Probably. Yeah, I think if you get a good 2 hours, Slim, these days in here on these lives with 20 people in there, you're doing all right, yes. You know what I mean? I can handle that. But it does break you down a bit when you see Dan Ryan. It's a novelty in it, mate. Novelty. As a mate, keep your eye out for the quizzes, lad. If you're on 6 till 2 this week, I will definitely make it. What's the best time? Tea time, isn't it? I'll let everyone have the teas. Probably about 6:30, 7 o'clock one night this week. Well, that's what the day was, Slim, because I know, like, you know, even when you're not feeling it, even when you're not feeling YouTube, you have got to like go the, you know, you've got to go the little bit extra, you know what I mean? And that's what the day was all about. There's been some old faces popping back in, man. It's been good. But obviously somebody's gone like there, Slimmer, but we'll wrap this up in a bit anyway. So I had a good 2 hours, 20 minutes. I've started thinking about tea now, like I'm getting a bit peckish. But Slim, if you know anyone, or Barry, while you're here, did you know that was the price for 3 of them now, Barry? It's $16.95. 3 Pro Vs, mate. If you know anyone who can get them boxes, Slim, if you know any your contacts in wherever, can get boxes like dozen, them 3 boxes, mate. Honestly, if we can get them, we won't have to work. We won't have to go back to work ever. We'll be quids in, mate. But I said, like, I thought this bloke, when he's saying, oh, I'm saying you can have them for £1 each off me, even cheaper than that anyway, by the time I threw all them other balls in for the deal. He was getting an absolute bargain. He's obviously selling them on to somebody else. But he had the cheek to text me back and say, but they're not in the box. They're not in the box and they're not unused. I'm telling you, they're absolutely spotless. What do? You don't play with the box, do you? The box is gone in the golf, in your boot. You're not paying for a box. If anything, it's a bonus that you're not getting the box. Man's getting them for what? £3 as opposed to £17. No, man, it can be a copy, man. It can be a copy all day as long as it looks like that. As long as it looks like that, mate. You know, there'll be somewhere that does them, won't there? If you have a look, Slim, if you get a minute, mate, have a look, right? On, I think the likes of Sports Direct even sell them. But if you go on the website or whatever, you'll see they either come in boxes of dozens, right? Schwixen. I'll send you I'll send you the ones that I've got. And they all usually come in like dozen boxes, and like a little, a little box with a lid, and the lid fits over it nicely. You know, if we get someone to make them, or if we get them made, fucking hell, absolutely clear up, man. I'm telling you, because people always want golf balls. They always want them, and they're expensive, man. I mean, would you be a bit devastated if you just paid £17 for 3 of them, right? And you got on the first tee and you did it in the woods and you lost it. And then by the 3rd hole, you just spent £17 already. And you've got too much money if you pay that for them. Anyway. But there's definitely something in it, mate. Definitely. And this time next year, we'll be millionaires, mate. However, whatever we're selling. As long as it keeps me out of the factory. That's all that matters. And on that note, I will wrap it up. Slim, nice one, mate. Nice one for your input today, as always. And everyone else who's been in. Dennis, who's watching and commenting on the WhatsApp. Respect to you, mate. Bazza, respect. Everyone else who's come in. Cheers for spending the afternoon with us. And see you all very soon.